Hello YouTube, I hope you're doing fantastic. Now climbing out of lower MMR is becoming easier since currently the best jungle is Trundle. And not only in bronze, but throughout every single elo he's taking over the ladder. So of course, I, as the educational jungle coach, will do everything to show you how to play Trundle optimally and what you can do in order to climb yourself. I would recommend to pick up this champion because it's a very basic kit. Most important is to utilize his pillar correctly, but everything in this video. Enjoy and have a beautiful day, my friends.
My blade is yours.
In Champion Select, you want to prioritize picking Trundle pretty early on in the draft because he is a very good flex pick, means he doesn't get annoyingly countered by too many champions. Of course, some champions are pretty decent against him, but most of the times he's fine because he can stat check almost anything. It's also not that easy to invade him, and he has like very good fight potential for objectives. So you want to pick him early on, at best in second rotation. That means on blue side, means when you're first pick, you want to pick him on second rotation here. And on red side, you can pick him on first rotation, dependingly. Yeah, if your team picks, like for example, if they pick Nami, this is a terrible pick because now they can already counter pick support, and that is one of the most important counter picks. I tried to swap with my ADC. I'm not gonna swap with my top lane and mid lane because if they are picking, what would happen? Okay, nice. Ashe swaps, very nice. So what happens if you pick now mid laners, for example, then they just counter pick support and counter pick mid lane, and then we have to pick again jungle and let's say top lane, and then they have again two counters, and then the 4 of our roles are countered and we hardcore lost draft. That's why you never want to pick support early on in the draft. This can be Zyra jungle, this can also be Zyra support, we don't know it yet. So whenever you pick up a champion, this is by the way general jungle information tips for you. You should look up at first UGG, then you click on the champion and take a look at the runes, the skill order, the items, and just take a look at it, the counters, especially if you don't know it, you just take a look at it. Of course, Jax is the toughest matchup, makes sense, right? Then you can click on jungle and everything is sorted out. Next thing is, okay, I should have picked earlier here. I don't want my mid lane and top lane to get counter picked. The lower MMR we go, the worse people draft, and it is actually terrible watching them draft because they just don't care. You can already outcompete by learning when to pick, and you should pick pretty early on. This is a fabulous Trundle game. Next thing you do is you take a look at LOL analytics and take a look at the runes. You see here lethal tempo, and here we have press detect. Now what is correct? Most likely both. We can even check the win rates on each runes. But if you have a game like this, then we most likely prefer lethal tempo. I mean, it's very basic sense because against their team comp, there's gonna be a lot of auto attack heavy fights, right? I'm gonna permanently attack. Now, of course, we take approach velocity, helps us a lot. And I would not take flat health as people do it here. I would always prioritize scaling health. All right, beautiful. Next thing you do is you go to the best Trundle players. You can do that for any champion. You click here, jungle, and then you have already the OPGG and the current profile. Okay, with that you do the following. You can also check on, for example, League of Graphs. Now this website, in my opinion, is not fully it's not that accurate because they are not the best Trundle player per se, because of course the challenger player is always better than the master tier player, but you can find profiles with that. For example, I think that Yike is one of the best Trundle players. So I took a look before even recording this. I took a look at his Trundle games, seeing if there's something I am missing, right? And then I compared because he's a high challenger player and there's a lot to learn. With that being said, let's jump right into the game and I will explain how to play Trundle optimally. Okay, so early on, you don't want to invade. First tip with Trundle for this Trundle guide, okay? Runes, itemization, everything is already covered here in those LOL analytics. You can check here highest win rates for each item. It's not that complicated. Again, that works with every champion. You don't want to invade early with Trundle. Who of you guys knows? What do you think? Why do you not want to invade? The champion is one of the strongest stat checking champions. The reason being us not invading is because I don't have a good disengage. let's take Belver for example. I can always Q out. Okay, if we see Trundle, if we see Trundle bot lane with Ghost, then we can walk up. Because now we know Trundle's not here. Set could still be here, so we gotta be a bit careful, right? We see 4 people on the map. We can go for a cheese. I don't think we win against Set early. So stealing the blue buff now, we have to be very careful. If Set is good, we're just gonna dip and accept it. I think in higher MMR, I wouldn't even go for this. But because we see Trundle bot side, I think this is like potentially pretty free. Like the chance, Set should be contesting this. And again, in higher MMR, I probably wouldn't risk it because I don't win the 1v1 against Set because he has double auto attack and ignite and it's pretty scary. Okay, so we want to take 1/4 here. W, look where my W is. I W like this because in that way, they don't see my W. Because if I W like this, then they can see it above the wall and then know where I'm already heading to. Okay, my team is already in a pretty bad position. It's a good example to showcase how to play Trundle jungle even with a bad teammate. I would love to have that. Nice, they actually killed him. That's crazy. Okay, we're going to take the full side here and we're also going to put a ward. The ward is important to track where Trundle is because we don't know if he takes my bot side camps or if is he gonna come to his top side. We can consider a mid lane gank. On ganking, your pillar is the most important. You walk closer, you don't pillar yet. And now notice how I pillared. The pillar was almost like perfectly placed where we see him now. Very good, we put a ward. So it's very hard for the Yasuo to do anything against it. We can almost always guarantee a flash. We also win the stats check against Trundle because Trundle is just a stronger character per se, right? So we want to find a fight here. The only thing we don't have is we do not have... he has no chance fighting us. We're gonna kill him here. Beautiful. The only thing there is that we don't have red buff. But as you can see, why did I win this 1v1? And you can utilize it for your games as well. Is because I know my champion specific strengths. Now, if I was a champion like Ivern, I would probably dip completely. If I was a champion, Volibear could also potentially fight. If I was Wukong, I don't think I would kill the Trundle. He would ghost and then probably find a way to run away. Okay, we want to find the best optimal, most optimal reset. I'm gonna reset here and not even take the scuttle. Because Trundle has nothing to do. Trundle is lost. His camps are spawning soon. So the only camp Trundle can go to, gonna go Hardbound X, also fabulous reset. Only thing Trundle can go to is bot side scuttle. Now if he does go for bot side scuttle, what is he gonna do afterwards? Wait for his Crux to respawn or invade me. If he invades me, I kill him already again and we are in a fabulous position. We see him E. We're gonna flash for this because he has no ghost and he has no E. So we can just stat check him straight up. Yeah, that's simple. We know he will not get E up. There's nothing he can do. And he's in a very cooked position. Now, he cannot do anything else. The other option was he can wait. Now, this is very, I would say, basic jungle tracking and basic fundamentals that I apply. Champion-specific strengths. I go for an invade because I saw Trundle bot side. And I just stat check him because my champion... Let's just wins always the stat check. And I just counter his invade because it's the only thing he can do. Now, as you can see, I'm very ahead in the jungle just because of that. Okay, we go topside scuttle. Why? Because we know it's up. And we hope to be seeing Trundle here again. We ward just that he can't steal it with smite. And then we're gonna invade his Grump again. Our chickens are spawning. Bot side is fully cleared. So he again has nothing to do on the map. So this Grump is 100% free for us. It's a very consistent invade, and Trundle is either on the bot side pathing to top, or he goes and enters me here in a second, where I can just get a free kill on him again. Nice. Wolves are also up. Okay, what is Trundle going to do? He should be here in a second if he passed from Crux to chickens into wolves. Oh, my smite was terrible. Oh, Q auto attack. We just auto attack him with lethal tempo. We wait for his E. Oh, my pillar was bad. Now keep in mind, my pillar was terrible. I could have pillared better. I wasn't expecting the E to be in that range. Keep in mind, without pillar, we're not a champion. We don't want to gank mid lane. Why not? Because he is full HP and Mel is half HP. That's a good indicator to when to gank, when to farm. Again, applying all the fundamentals correctly. We don't need to go for a gank unless Yasuo drops low HP. If it was like going for a dive or something, then we will go for a gank. And now the next thing is, I had a lot of coaching clients that played Trundle in the past. The pillar is the most important. Means imagine this is an enemy, okay? Imagine this is an enemy. I intentionally played a little bit more slow now, so it's also clear for explanation. Imagine this is an enemy. A lot of people just use pillar like this. You should, let's say he walks away this way, right? You should always pillar right in front of him. So he's fully blocked, knocked back, and he cannot walk this way at all. I will show you on gang setup. That means Trundle is a very basic kit, right? He is like, you just need to auto attack with W and Q, right? Especially for the older generation that are scared of their mechanics being like weird. You can just outplay the younger generations with good macro. That's a beautiful thing. Like, we're talking if you're like age 45 and your reaction time is slowly going down, right? Okay, here we're gonna buy, this is just a better reset because in total that's more damage output for jungle camps, so we can farm better. Next will be like, we don't want to play dragon, we want to play Grubis, because on Grubis are always more value than the first dragon, okay? Also, even if he takes dragon, I don't really care, because if he does, then he cannot fight the Grubis. I'm in a way better position than him. Even level 6 I'm stronger, okay? Now bot lane is below half HP. We learned that from all the fundamentals. I'm intentionally playing this game very slow, not in too dominant way, basically, very slow. Zyra walks up, and now look at my pillar. We wait with the pillar, we wait with the pillar. And now we pillar, and it's very hard for her to disengage that. Okay, she ulted and flashed. Nothing we can do. We walk up. Okay, they used absolutely everything. Now we dip. If they walk up again, they're going to die. Let's see what they're doing. Okay, we can't go further because Trundle could be here too. We're gonna ult the Trundle, slow him one more time. Try to pillar out of this. Wow, my pillar was fabulous. Insane I got to survive that. Terribly done from me, but I think you got the point. We go walk closer to Zyra, perfect pillar. We always get the flash. Now this was a tip for me as well whilst playing. I learned that, by the way, learning by doing also beautiful, is that the moment we get the flash, she flashed away, dip. Now I returned back, was okay, maybe I can kill him because Ezreal walked back into me. That was kind of grief from him, right? We don't need to do that. Our champion is not made for that. Maybe if I was Belvev and I can Q and then W, they flash my W and then they walk back, I can Q back in, right? Or with Wukong, I E and then W out and then maybe I get my E back up and E back in. With Trundle, it's different. Your pillar has 19 seconds cooldown. You use your pillar, if they flash, you immediately go back to your jungle. Do you see the CS advantage? Imagine I was not standing AFK for a few seconds explaining stuff. So you have a good chance with this champion that is already high win rate to outcompete your competition. Jungling in general is always about outcompeting. Now we want to go grubbies. Before you go grubbies, I will explain another fundamental you can apply for your games, which makes it easier. We first kill the laner. Pillar here. My pillar is a bit too early in my opinion even. This guy probably tries to fight me. I don't think he can 100 to 0 one-shot me. Nice. And now we take the kill here, okay? That's the first step. Step number 2 is we push out the wave. The wave is pushed. And step number 3, through the wave, we rotate to grubbies. Now the rotation begins and we rotate. We also, okay, we assume that I ping now. Like usually I ping more and explain the situation more in detail. But we have numbers advantage, which is another fundamental we apply in our games. And through numbers advantage, eat him. Through numbers advantage is extremely easy. Now imagine I was not focusing on my explanation. Imagine I was focusing on pinging the team to play correctly, pinging my Mel to maybe not reset. And now imagine my Mel was not in base. Imagine my Sion played it a bit differently. Imagine I helped him faster. All these things with numbers advantage, the game becomes extraordinary easy. We've played a lot of fundamentals already in this game. Now he might have ult. We can walk up. He has more than 50% HP, so I don't like the play in the first place. I did. Okay, beautiful. And now we're gonna buy Trinity. Secondary item always depends on the game. Now in this game, of course, because we are fat, the more fat you are, the more you can go for Blade of Rune King kind of style. You can go Titanic Hydra, you can go Hull Breaker, and you can just go tanky. Of course, we go Steel Caps against their comp. Now in this game, I'm going to go Blade of Rune King because we are so insanely fat. If I wasn't that fat, I think that man's played is even better. He even being fat. Keep in mind, they have 4 champions Champions 80, you have to go Deadman's Plate or you are reported. Now the question is just, the further you are ahead, the more you can go raw damage output, because then you kill the enemy so quick that they don't have any any counterplay to that. Okay, and the more you are behind, the more you want to go like armor kind of stats. But in this game specifically, like I think I'm gonna stay on this longsword, maybe even go Deadman's Plate, because enemies are full AD, right? Okay, but as you can see, game becomes very easy applying the fundamentals. Next tip for you is the efficiency aspect. You want to be extremely efficient, through which you're gonna carry games. Now, imagine I was not standing still for all the time. Again, I would not be 83 CS, but maybe 100 CS, and I would get close to 10 CS per minute. If I'm at 10 CS per minute, the game again is very, very simple. We want to walk mid lane. Enemies have numbers and they have full HP, but they are under tower. Nice. Ult the Yasuo. Sidestep this if we can. If you can't sidestep this, completely fine. Here we get his ult. Want to walk closer. We want to slow him here. Look at my damage output. And that is... And now imagine I was one level more, because I wouldn't AFK. I would actually... By the way, going for dragon here is of course better. Yeah, okay, we go for dragon. The chickens are... If chickens were up, I would go chickens, Crux, and then dragon, because enemies can not do anything to contest the dragon, right? But junglers that we have to always get the dragon. But if you're so far ahead, that's another tip I can give you for your games, is that dragon is not the win condition, but you are. And that is another fundamental. You see, you have so many fundamentals which make the game so easy for me to win in any elo, right? Okay, we got Ash Arrow. We don't pillar yet. Don't pillar. Don't pillar. Don't pillar. Don't pillar. Now we pillar after his flash. Now there's no disengage potential. Did you see the patience of me pillaring? It's exactly champion specific strengths. We do have smite, so I'm not scared. I'm gonna ward over the wall just to make sure if Trundle gets close, I can pillar him away. We just pillar this to secure the dragon. That was my intention. Now we reset and get closer. I'm gonna buy Deadman's Plate. I think it's just... I think I'm reported if I don't go for Deadman's Plate. I'm gonna be honest. Next step will be... That's another tip. So it's crazy actually how many tips we have here. But it is exactly how we play jungle. It's just tip after tip. And if you apply all these, the more you apply, the higher win rate you have. You always want to clear one side of the map. Not full clear. Only one side of the map. And then you can be on the map. The reason I go top lane here is because he's half HP. If he's below half HP, the chance we get a kill here is extremely easy. Even if I misplayed, I don't even dodge his W, right? It's very easy to kill him. Now we push the next wave. Okay, Grubby's also, like, Top Herald also spawns. Keep in mind, we don't play bot side camps. The only thing we're gonna play for, I will show you. We're gonna get full tower because it's also champion specific strengths that we kill this so quickly. Okay, so the goal... next wave, we're not gonna push. If I was a top lane, I would push this next wave. Now this guy, of course, can't do anything against me. And now look at this. Pillar in between us. No, that's crazy. No, this is crazy. I've not seen that like ever. Like, he's just completely fucked. He can't even auto-attack me. So, and now he has no ult and no ghost. And we didn't even use anything. We could have killed him. But flashing for that, it's debatable if it's even worth it, right? Very good Ash Arrow. And now we, of course, take the entire enemy top side jungle, get closer to Deadman's Plate. If he comes closer... And my pillar here was bad. My pillar here was bad. You see, I was impatient with my pillar. He should still die. He has no dash. Beautiful. That was a bit too risky for my taste. And then grumping to reset. And we want to clear only one side. You see, I completely ignored bot side. Another tip you can apply for your games is that when you are on one side, that means now you are top side tempo. You have top side tempo right now. You don't want to play bot lane. That means this Mel is going to get danger pinged a lot. Right now you don't need it because there's no risk of dying for her. But if you, like, let's say Trundle was up and enemies are like missing, then you want a danger ping because they could find a catch on her. That is called cross map play. Enemies try to find a cross map play from which they're gonna get back into the game because they don't want to play into me, because I'm so fat. They want to play on the other side of the map. Okay, now if you want to get better, guys, then I highly recommend to check out the complete climbing course. Now all these lessons I just teach you are in this coaching. From me, the best coaching that I've ever done. We have all the lessons, all the fundamentals, the mid-late game macro, mentality, psychology, how to apply everything in your games. And I even put now one video for free, the Jungle Kingdom, so you can take a look in the description and take a look at this video. And the more you like it, I'm very confident that you will enjoy it and all those lessons, then you can apply it in your games and have a very easy time with that conquering. Now, as we can see, we are chilling. This works throughout every single elo. I do this in every single elo that I am applying the fundamentals. I'm learning champion specific strengths. I'm learning champion mastery. I'm learning jungle tracking. And for me personally, the improvement arc is the max enjoyment. Like, I enjoy the game a lot by like testing how far I can push and climb. And also playing it with the best players ever is very, very beautiful. Okay, we're gonna kill this guy. Why? Because ult him very early. And now we kite him, we space him a little bit. Wow, that is insane. He is almost winning that. But we have to say, it's like, that's crazy, by the way. If I played from King, I would straight up die. But of course, now why does he almost win that? Because it's exactly the champion specific strength Set has. And you learn it for every champion. Now against Set, you don't want to be in a 1v1 position. If you're grouped up, imagine I had like 1 or 2 teammates with me, then there's absolutely nothing he can do. But because I know my champion also is like stat checking very strong, right? And I'm so fat, I know I will win the stat check always. I was kind of surprised still by the damage output Set was doing, but now I know more, because whilst I'm playing, whilst you're playing, you're also learning. Next time I play with a Set, I'm gonna be more cautious, like maybe still go for the play, but in my brain I'm gonna be like, I gotta be a bit more careful than I was last time, because if I die, then enemies have full potential to go back into the game. Next step will be objectives. If we are so far ahead, we don't need objectives to win. And the goal is to get all the T2s, and this is how you close out games. Keep in mind, this is not a 27-minute game. It's 18 minutes and we already have almost all the T2s. Why? Because I'm pressuring so much, even though I was AFK, right? If I was not AFK, these T2 would already be gone. I would never allow this. Now, another tip, just a side info, you don't need to do that right now. You can catch this Set anytime you want. He has no ignite, no ult, and he will keep pushing. So if I walk top lane all the way, he would just die. Okay, we ganked the Ezreal. Keep in mind, we only see 3 people of the map, so we have to be very careful. Oh my god, this is beautiful. When I ban from King, it's gonna... Oh, next target I can kill. Don't pillar yet, don't pillar yet. Smite slow. Don't pillar, don't pillar. Don't pillar, don't pillar. Now we pillar. What is happening? Oh, I think he flashed. He for sure flashed. Okay, we see Trundle. He's already... Okay, it's fine. I could have pillared better here. But you see, we're gonna put a full focus on the pillar. And you just be a little bit patient, because the moment you use it, now you're useless. Because now if they flash it, you can't use it anymore. So the entire pressure of you maybe using the pillar is then already gone. Now we play Atakan. You see, I'm pinging immediately, and that's the tempo now. Go, we strong. What you do is mid lane control. Through mid lane control, you rotate. You see, this wave needs to be pushed first, otherwise they have counter push. Now the wave is pushed, and now we walk up. You see how much I'm pinging. Come Atakan. Okay, we killed Set first. Come Atakan, guys. You need to be like an annoying child. That was not a kill steal, by the way. That was my kill securation. Okay, you need to be like an annoying... Imagine you are a child, and you want to get a lollipop, and your team is your mom. How do you react? Okay, you go full metal boom. Please, please, please help me, help me. You see? And then they will listen. Nami is going to be like, what is your problem, bro? You get it anyways, you know? Same with your mom. You get your lolly. What is your problem, right? But you get your lolly quicker. You know, it's all about that. It's all about that, okay? Now, with that being said, we don't allow any counter play. Another big tip you can apply for your games, you don't want enemies to have counterplay. Means this Trundle is not allowed to get this bot lane T2. Same with Set. That means that moment we see Set on side lane, we're gonna make sure we are killing. We can buy boots here. I should not put control word. I think that cloth armor is better. Keep in mind the enemies are full AD, so next item is gonna be Thorn Mail, and I will be basically unkillable. Okay, now we look out where Set is, because as you know, Set champion specific strengths is this 1v1 situation on Sidelane. So what do you think Set is going to do, guys? What do you think Set is going to do? Like, this is... I've seen this so many times with coaching lanes. They just don't take this free kill. Set is going to die here. Guaranteed. I show you. Okay? I'm gonna put a control word here. He's gonna fall for this bait like a fly. Okay, no! Rah! My pillar was terrible, of course. Okay, I mean, we did not catch the fly we wanted, but we got another one. That's beautiful. That's funny. Okay, don't use these fly traps. Absolutely useless. Like, if they would walk up anyways for the wave. Okay, but my point still stands. And you can do that in your games. Again, I will try to teach you as much as possible all my knowledge so you can climb out of your ilos. Auto attack Q, and then you dip. Okay, this guy does not dip. Okay, we finished the full tower. Ult him. And now we flash, so now we pillar. Do we get mid inhibitor? No, we don't. Okay, now who of you guys knows why we don't get inhibitor? Is it A? Because... Oh no, I can't do a quiz right now because I don't have too many options. The reason why we don't get this inhibitor is because Baron spawns in 1:30. That means you're gonna give enemies 1 minute and 30 seconds for free to farm up. Because when you get inhib, then this for example is still too early. If you get inhib, then enemies are gonna you're gonna spawn super minions, and those super minions apply pressure. But this pressure is doing nothing because you can't take Baron anyways because it's not spawned yet and you cannot apply more pressure. So what happens is that enemies will just take the wave, get more XP and gold, and through that they scale. Why do you want them to scale? Again, keep in mind, you're not giving enemies any counterplay opportunities. All right, now we're gonna play Dragon into Baron. And you don't do this. You don't do 1v4. Okay, what is this? Okay, nice. Now we pill on the middle of the team fight for one reason, that enemies are cut off. Okay, we're gonna, you see? Look, this is our control over the map. So the moment Set walks up, if you would push further, I would walk at him and kill him. Because I don't allow him to walk any closer. Like, you're not allowed to walk out of your territory. Keep in mind, the game is not 30 minutes. It is 24. And we could have closed this game out way quicker if I wasn't AFK all this time. First Drake, then Baron. Why am I taking Dragon first? Because Dragon is secure and enemies can't contest it. Whilst if we do Baron, they could sneak Dragon. And if we do Baron and they contest it on Baron and they kill us, then they get Dragon as well. So we always want to secure Dragon first. I don't have Smite, so we have to focus him. I don't have Smite, so we wait. We are patient. Dragon, we're patient. The jungler is gone. Okay, jungler is gone. Now I can do it real quick. Without the jungler, they can't steal it. Cyan and Mel do Baron together. Now that's a dream team. I'm coming. This is not watchable. They are suffering here. They're doing this since 10 minutes. Okay, I'm helping you guys. What do we do after this Baron? And now in the next part. Okay, they need to reset. If they were full HP, I would want them to instantly siege. All reset. Play 2 lanes. Now we come to mid-late game macro. Mid and bot. You see, I'm not taking my camps. Because right now we have Baron. We want to siege with Baron. Of course, like, you should take your camps right now because Ashe is dead, right? But I want to showcase you how you play with tempo. This wave. On this wave we want to siege already. Not later. Next item is going to be Hullbreaker probably. And then I can just split push as well. But probably earlier would have been better. I'm not sure. No, not Hullbreaker last. Okay, we can't do push yet because my team is not here yet, right? We're chilling, we're chilling. We're healing more on our W, so when we want to stay in there. Yeah, my pillar is not optimal. I could have placed it a bit differently. Okay, now we have pressure. And now mid and bot. And now I hover both lanes. You see where I'm standing? This is hovering mid and hovering bot. Okay, now Sai needs help. Okay, on the next wave, we're gonna full push. Now, Ashe defends top lane. This is not what we want. I should be pathing top lane, and then I don't think Trundle might dive this Ashe. We get tower here first. Enemies are defending this crazy good. Rah! I'm gonna eat you all alive. Come on! Water! No! Well, BGG. Okay, there was a lot of tips that you can apply for your games. And this was a little bit of a Trundle guide. I hope it helped you for your Trundle games. And if you have any questions, let me know. I will try to answer as well in the comments. Now, I can do that for every champion, of course. We can do guides on every jungle champion. In the end, I'm an educational jungle coach and I try to help as much as I can. Let me know how much you liked it in the comments. Leave a like and subscribe. And I wish you a beautiful remaining day and much love.